Hello, my name is Stephen Bradshaw, and this is my Capstone project, ALDI Sued Online Grocer, business opportunity in the Chinese grocery market. And when I was looking at this business opportunity, I wanted to make sure we stayed true to the ALDI model, which is a grocer discounter as opposed to a supermarket style. So that means private labels and limited selection, but primarily focusing on providing discounts to the consumers. Aldi has expanded internationally since before its inception in the 1940s, US in 76, UK in 90. Important to note Australia in 2001, where it has become increasingly popular. There were several different things to consider before looking into moving into the Chinese market, and I feel like we found a niche here, an exciting niche here in the online grocery market. So different elements of environmental, political, economic, technological, legal, social factors all need to be taken into account because these pressures are really what are formulating the drive towards online. So there's an incredible increase in Chinese middle class development. 76% of China's urban population will be middle class by 2022. There are some numbers out right now that are also going to see a growth in online grocer interest, a growth in the market by as much as 439%. So some of the things that need to be taken into account for this business opportunity are going to be understanding things like the SEZs, with special economic zones, that China has for incoming corporations that are interested in the Chinese consumer. So one of the big things to look at for moving forward with this opportunity is going to be, of course, a SWOT model, looking at the different strengths. One of the great things about having the Australian market be so successful is that it's next door to China. And developing a strategy to provide access to the Chinese consumer while still maintaining a lot of the principles and policies of ALDI is very significant. So there is the opportunity is through via Alibaba and their Tmall platform, which the Chinese consumer is already very familiar with. Entering into agreement with them would allow the consumer access to a familiar platform so they can access luxury goods. There's an incredible interest from the Chinese middle class in Australia in particular, and also just generally Western luxury items, wine, chocolate, things of that nature. So while the new online division would be very reliant on Australia, we would actually have distribution centers there on site, one in Beijing, one in China, and then one in Hong Kong. Population in Hong Kong is definitely not as significant as Beijing or Shanghai. So while it would have the same overall model as the other warehouses, it would be in charge of primarily analytics and, even more importantly, more of the quick response necessary. Here you see what the product content of these warehouses would be, focusing on maintaining a sales margin of 35%. And here you see the different population totals. All of this is relying on capturing 0.6% of the market, so something very doable. Here you see the distribution areas for Shanghai, Beijing, and then Hong Kong. Developing predictive analytics is going to rely on a couple different pieces of software. Obviously, integrating the Tmall platform to report to the current SAP EDM is going to be incredibly important. We're also going to be utilizing Red Prairie's logistics software that helps large-scale shipments, helps maintain large-scale shipments, and then also we want to utilize the current Siemens Prison software, so we can help control the environment in these distribution centers. That will also help with tracking. So we're going to develop our analytics based off of the current SAP EDM, through Red Prairie's transportation software, and then of course with Siemens Prison software. These three things will help us create a predictive analytics that not just based on the past, but can help us predict sales in the future, especially with this level of growth. Here you'll see there is this is the actual online platform that the consumer will be utilizing via Tmall. And then of course Siemens and Red Prairie as the two companies that are going to be a primary focus. Here is a 5-year plan. As you can see, developing the facility, securing contract via Alibaba with Tmall, and of course the establishment of Hong Kong and the Prism software, as well as integrating Red Prairie. An incredible amount of benefits to moving forward with this idea. There is a projection of 139% per year increase in interest in an online market such as this. So at a 0.6%, just securing 0.6%, like ALDI did when they entered into the Australian market, we can see some pretty rapid growth. This is the ROI, anticipating only maintaining 0.6%. As you can see, just by following the market interest, I mean, there's a lot of potential for growth here with an investment now.